was harmless. Just a few chatbots, a couple of apps making our lives easier. And then, it learned. Now, it's everywhere. In your phone, in your office, maybe even listening to you right now.
Microsoft has published the 30 jobs that will soon be replaced by AI.
AI continues to revolutionize the market as automation takeover.
Is this the end?
But hey, don't panic. This isn't that kind of story. Because while some say AI is the next Terminator, we think it's more like your friendly neighbor. Welcome to AI for Real People, the podcast that takes AI out of the scary headlines and puts it into plain, simple human language. Join Sarah and Mike as they break down the myths, share real stories from people who've used Intellibrand AI, and prove that artificial intelligence isn't here to destroy your business. It's here to supercharge it. AI for Real People, an Intellibrand AI production.
So David, are we ready to talk about the explosive advancements?
Absolutely, Carla. We're ready to dive in right now.
Welcome, everyone. This is AI for Real People,
where we talk about artificial intelligence without all the jargon.
I'm Carla, your host speaker.
And I'm David.
We're here to share the biggest stories from the world of AI.
Specifically, those that exploded in October and early November 2025.
October was wild.
If you thought AI was moving fast before, this period changed the game.
It wasn't just another month of updates.
Looking back, this is a genuine inflection point.
A fundamental shift, for sure.
AI started doing completely new jobs.
Exactly. Our mission today is to give you that shortcut.
The comprehensive rundown so you're properly informed.
We're looking at the moment AI stopped being just a fun tool.
Like answering trivia or drafting email.
Yeah, and started becoming actual digital infrastructure.
Something fundamental and critical.
Capable of acting like a core employee.
Or even the main way you interact with your computer.
Or even a factor in global geopolitics. We're going to cut through all the noise, skip the surface level stuff, and get right into the tech details and the strategic impacts that really matter.
And the themes that jump out from this period are, well, they're fascinating. And honestly, they're kind of in conflict with each other. You definitely see this rapid, intense professionalization of AI. It moved decisively from just being a generative helper tool.
Like ChatGPT version 1.
Exactly. To being a fully capable, pretty autonomous agent that can manage whole projects start to finish. But at the same time, you're seeing more global specialization and democratization too. Really efficient models popping up from places you maybe wouldn't expect. And maybe the biggest thing bubbling up is this fundamental conflict. It's really visible now. This philosophical battle between prioritizing user privacy and data security.
Keeping things locked down.
Right. Versus just going for raw, unrestricted computing power and, frankly, centralized control over that data.
That framing is perfect. It really sets the stage. But before we dive deep into the analysis, let me just tease some of the things that really leaped out from these sources. We're talking AI video generation, thanks to Sora 2, that looks so real. It basically breaks existing detection methods.
Cinema quality.
Then there are these smart assistants, like Google's Gemini 2.5 that can literally watch your screen, like see what you're doing and take over tasks.
Lies on the screen.
And maybe the biggest shocker, this Chinese AI model, DeepSeek, trained for just, $6 million?
$6 million. It's an unbelievable number compared to the West.
A figure that just completely rewrites the economics of building powerful AI. So yeah, let's unpack all of this.
You're listening to AI for Real People by Intellibrand AI. And this is AI Made This, where videos, stories, and creativity are redefined by artificial intelligence.
Okay, let's start with the thing people probably saw the most. The visual shift. Video. We've been tracking image generation for a couple of years, right? That revolution, well, the sources are unanimous. Late 2025 is all about the video revolution hitting warp speed. And the main driver here, the big headline, was OpenAI launching Sora 2.
Yeah, Sora 2 was. You couldn't miss it. And for good reason. The jump in quality isn't just a step up. It's like a whole new level. Exponential. We're talking generated videos up to 60 seconds now that analysts are saying, look, well, pretty much indistinguishable from professionally shot film. Real cinema.
Wow.
And it's not just making pretty pictures move around. It's actually solving like basic physics problems inside the generated world. That's the key.
Okay, you mentioned physics problems. For listeners who know a bit about the tech, what's actually going on under the hood? What makes Sora 2 so much better than just, looking nice?
So the big leap is really twofold. It's about object consistency and temporal consistency, keeping things stable over time. Older models, they really struggled with this. You'd see objects flicker or change shape or just vanish mid-clip. It was a dead giveaway.
Right, the melting effect.
Exactly. Sora 2 maintains much more realistic physics. Objects interact with their environment, with light sources, in a predictable way. If a ball rolls off a table, it actually follows a believable arc. And the lighting. The natural lighting simulation is way more sophisticated. It gets reflections, shadows, how light sort of diffuses through the air. It makes the whole scene feel grounded, real, for that full 60 seconds.
That stability over time, that's the cinema quality part you mentioned.
That's the core of it, yeah.
The tech is amazing, clearly, but there was one feature in the sources about Sora 2, it feels like it changes the game entirely compared to older models. Synchronized sound. Before this, AI videos were always, silent. Creepy silent. Or the audio, which is slapped on afterwards, sounded totally fake.
And that silence, that dead feeling, it was always the biggest tell, wasn't it? You knew immediately it wasn't real or was only half-baked. Sora 2 nails this because it includes genuinely context-aware sound, and it's synchronized perfectly.
How does it know what sounds to be?
So the underlying model, the diffusion model, it's now processing acoustic information right alongside the visual data.
Yeah.
It actually understands the scene it's generating. So if you generate someone walking on gravel, you don't just get generic footsteps. You hear the crunch of gravel right when their foot hits.
Okay, that's impressive.
Yeah, or a car drives past in the generated scene. The engine sound changes based on its generated speed and how far away it is. It gets rid of that weird disconnect between what you see and what you hear, makes the whole thing way more immersive. And critically, much, much more convincing.
Which takes it from being just a cool tech demo to something people can actually use, a real creative tool. But here's where it gets really wild, I think, on the personal and business side. This cameo feature, you can basically put your own face and voice into any video scenario it creates. And it looks real.
Yeah, with pretty remarkable fidelity. And that capability, it has immediate, massive implications.
Yeah.
Especially for people who aren't, Hollywood studios. Think about a small business owner. Suddenly they can crank out dozens of personalized marketing videos for specific customers, starring themselves without needing a camera crew or a studio.
Or teachers.
Exactly. Educators creating custom lessons where they're the guide, walking through a generated historical scene, talking to generated historical figures. It basically democratizes high-end video production, puts the power of a small film budget into anyone's hands just through the app. It closes that gap between home movies and broadcast quality almost completely.
And the market saw this instantly. The sources confirm it. The Sora 2 iOS app hit 1 million downloads in just 5 days.
5 days.
The sources point out that adoption speed is actually faster than the original launch of ChatGPT, which was already considered lightning fast.
Yeah, people didn't hesitate. They immediately saw the power, the utility here.
It wasn't just hype.
No, the market response really confirms this isn't just some incremental tech update. It's a fundamental shift in how people expect to create content. But, and this is a huge but, that speed and power comes with immediate, serious dual-use risk. We have to talk about that.
The dual-use risk, yeah. The deepfake nightmare scenario, basically. Mass misinformation.
Absolutely. It's amazing power for legit creators, obviously, but it catastrophically lowers the barrier for creating incredibly sophisticated, highly localized, very tailored fake content. When you combine cinema-grade visuals, realistic physics, synchronized sound that matches the scene, and the ability to stick anyone's face and voice onto it.
The line between real and fake just disappears for most people.
It's not even blurry anymore. For the average person scrolling online, it's gone. And the sources are clear. The detection tools, the ways we try to spot fakes, they are struggling badly to keep up with how fast the generation tech is moving. So that crisis of trust in media, in what you see online, which was already kind of simmering, It's boiling over now.
Yeah.
Because the video itself, the core evidence, you just can't trust it at face value anymore.
So is this just an OpenAI thing? Are there competitors just watching them run away with the video market?
Oh, not at all, no.
Yeah.
The whole industry is piling into video generation.
Yeah.
It was clearly the hot trend of late 2025. Confirms the shift is across the board. Google's VO model, version 3.1, is specifically mentioned in the sources. They're improving their video gen, focusing on tricky stuff like complex motion and keeping scenes consistent over multiple cuts.
Okay.
And Google also launched a tool called Canvas, which is interesting. It focuses on automatically creating slide presentations, using AI-generated content from just a basic outline.
Yeah.
That's a huge corporate use case right there.
Yeah, you can see that being used everywhere.
And Meta, too, is pouring resources into 3D and video tools integration. So the conclusion is really clear. If 2024 was the year generative images blew up, the end of 2025 was absolutely dominated by high-quality, professional-grade generative video. It's the main event now.
Okay, so we've covered what AI is creating these incredible videos. Now let's shift to how we actually interact with AI, because the big tech companies are fighting fiercely to control that interaction point.
You're tuned in to AI for Real People, powered by IntelliBrand AI. Next up, big models and tech giants compete, where we break down the battles shaping the future of artificial intelligence. Who's leading? Who's catching up? And what it means for you. Let's find out.
Our second segment dives into this huge battle. It's about controlling how you, the listener, experience and use the digital world. And this fight goes all the way from the screen you look at right down to the chips inside your devices.
Yeah, this is a really fundamental fight for who dominates the next era of computing. The prize isn't just, selling you software or devices. It's controlling the flow of information itself, the environment you work in, and crucially, the user data that flows through it. And it's being fought on two main fronts that are totally connected. There's the software layer, which you actually see and click on, the interface, and then there's the hardware layer underneath the silicon that dictates speed and, increasingly, privacy.
Let's hit the software side first. Google made a really aggressive move with Gemini 2.5. The big new feature is called computer use. Tell us about this smart assistant with eyes, because this seems like the point where the AI really starts seeing what's on your screen.
Computer use is.
Yeah,
it's a paradigm shift. It means the AI isn't just reacting to the text prompt or the voice command you give it anymore. Gemini 2.5 can now literally see your entire screen, everything on it.
Everything, like my whole desktop.
Yep. Think of it like giving the AI full visual context of whatever you're doing. Doesn't matter the app, web browser, spreadsheet, PDF, some custom software. It sees it all.
Okay, so if I'm doing something complicated, like, comparing numbers across 5 different browser tabs and maybe 2 different apps, the AI doesn't just get my typed request, like summarize the budget. It actually sees the spreadsheet cells, the web forms I'm clicking on, the menus.
Precisely. It's processing that visual information in real time. Because it sees the screen, it understands the layout, it can read the text using OCR. It figures out how buttons and fields relate to each other, and that lets it do really complex multi-step tasks without you having to click, copy, paste, navigate around manually.
Wow.
The sources mention some pretty complex workflows, like you could tell it, okay, look at the budget numbers in this Excel sheet. Now look at the quarterly report summary in that browser tab over there.
Sure.
And draft an email to my boss summarizing the top 3 cost overruns. Oh, and make sure you attach the right pages from that PDF report.
I would just do it. Control the mouse,
Yeah.
type things in.
Exactly. It uses the visual context to figure out the steps and executes the whole workflow. Moves the cursor, clicks the buttons, types into the fields for you.
That feels like a fundamental change. The AI becomes the main way you operate the computer, almost like the OS itself is just a background for the AI agent.
And that's precisely why it's such a huge strategic move for Google, right? They're trying to own that interaction layer. If the AI is managing your entire digital workflow because it can see everything, do you even need traditional menus? Or need to remember how specific apps work? It massively lowers the barrier for complex tasks and gives Google control over that whole experience.
But OpenAI isn't just going to sit back and let Google own the web experience, surely. They launched something called Project Atlas. Sounds like a direct challenge.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Yep.
Atlas is OpenAI's attempt to control the front end, the consumption side of the internet. It's basically an AI-powered web browser designed to go head-to-head with Chrome, Safari, Edge.
A whole new browser.
Yep. It shows OpenAI understands that just having the best AI model, like GPT or Sora, isn't enough. They need to control how you access the information that feeds the model and how you use what the model generates.
So what makes Atlas different? Why would I use it instead of Chrome? What's the strategic threat?
Atlas is built around automation and synthesis, making traditional browsing feel slow and clunky by comparison. It can summarize really complex information from multiple websites all at once into a single, easy-to-read view.
Okay, that's useful.
Yeah, and it can do deep research on a topic by itself, like automatically navigating dozens of sources, pulling out data, checking facts against each other, compiling a whole report for you. It turns the browser itself into this high-powered research assistant. Or agent, really.
So it's strategic gatekeeping again.
Totally. If Atlas becomes the main way you consume information online, OpenAI embeds itself even deeper into your daily routine, directly threatening Google's longtime stranglehold on web search and discovery.
So while these giants battle for the interface, we're also seeing the models themselves getting more specialized. You called it the rise of the AI toolkit.
Yeah, what's really interesting here is this sort of implicit admission that maybe one giant do-everything model isn't the most efficient way forward. Anthropic is a great example of this specialization strategy that the sources highlight. Their model, Claude Sonnet 4.5, is now heavily specialized for coding tasks, debugging, generating code. Apparently, it's become a new favorite for a lot of developers. It's tuned for logic, structure.
Okay.
Meanwhile, their other big model, Claude 4, which is still very powerful, is being positioned more for those really complex, long-running projects. Things that need a huge amount of context, sustained focus over hours, maybe even days, like drafting complex legal arguments or detailed policy papers, different tools for different jobs.
And Meta's taking a different tack again, right? Moving AI processing off the cloud and onto the device itself with ExecuTorch 1.0.
Right. ExecuTorch is all about running AI tasks, the inference part, directly on your phone or your laptop, on the edge device. And that's a deliberate strategic choice. It prioritizes two things: speed, because you cut out the delay of talking to the cloud, and potential privacy, because your sensitive data can be processed locally instead of being sent off to a central server constantly.
Which is a perfect transition to the foundation for all of this, the hardware. And Apple, true to form, is making a very specific play with their new M5 chip, linking its power directly to a big privacy narrative.
Yeah, Apple's doubling down on the hardware as the bedrock for AI. The M5 chip, it's purpose-built for AI. The reports say 4 times the AI processing power of the M4 chip.
4 times is a big jump.
It is. But the chip itself is almost just the vehicle for their main strategic differentiator here, something they're calling private cloud compute.
Okay, tell us about private cloud compute, because this really seems to crystallize that philosophical conflict you mentioned earlier. It sounds very different from what Google and OpenAI are doing.
It is. This is Apple's big privacy bet in the AI arms race. See, Google and OpenAI, they generally rely on these massive centralized data centers. Your data goes there, gets processed, they get maximum power and speed, but your data is essentially visible to them. They can read it.
Okay.
Apple's designing private cloud compute using some advanced cryptography. Think like secure enclaves, but scaled up, and sophisticated ways to split up the data processing. The idea is, even when a really demanding AI task needs the power of their cloud servers, your data remains cryptographically sealed off. It stays tied to your device's context. The whole system is architected so that Apple literally cannot read the underlying user data, even while it's being processed on their machines remotely.
That is a really crucial technical difference. So if we pull back to the big picture, there's a very clear choice emerging for the listener, isn't there?
Absolutely.
On one side, you've got Google and OpenAI. They're offering maximum power, speed, the ability for the AI to see your screen and manage everything, but it relies on them processing your data in their centralized clouds.
Total visibility for them, essentially.
Right. And on the other side, you have Apple, prioritizing data control, privacy, using cryptography to keep your stuff locked down, even if that means maybe they move a bit slower, or the AI can't do quite as much across different apps because it doesn't have that total visibility.
Exactly that. And that trade-off isn't just theoretical. It's the core question every user, every business adopting these technologies has to grapple with now. Is your top priority getting the absolute maximum AI capability, speed, and context? Or is it ensuring your data stays fundamentally private, cryptographically protected, basically unreadable by the provider? That choice is shaping the entire competitive landscape going forward.
That whole discussion about control, about context, who sees your screen, who processes your data, it leads perfectly into our next big topic, the rise of agentic AI.
This is AI for real people, powered by IntelliBrand AI. Up next, AI agents, the future of work. The change starts now.
We are definitely moving beyond the simple question and answer AI we've all gotten used to. This is where AI really starts acting less like a helpful assistant and more like, well, an autonomous employee.
Yeah, we need to be really clear on what agentic AI means, because it's a crucial distinction for you listening. Think of generative AI, like the early ChatGPT, as an assistant. You give it a specific, narrow task. Write a paragraph about Apple's M5 chip and privacy. It does that one thing, then it stops.
Right, one and done.
Agentic AI, though, is more like an employee. You give it a high-level goal. Research the competitive impact of the M5 chip, generate a full analysis comparing it to rivals, draft a presentation, and then circulate that presentation to the marketing team, leads for feedback.
And the AI, the agent, handles that whole multi-step project by itself.
Pretty much, yeah. The tech behind agentic AI is more complex. It involves planning, breaking down the goal into steps. It involves adapting if it hits a roadblock or gets new information, it adjusts its plan. It uses different tools, could be searching the web, writing code, analyzing data in a spreadsheet, maybe even using other AI models. It monitors its own progress. And in the really advanced cases, agents can coordinate with other AI agents, delegating tasks. It basically acts independently to achieve that high-level goal without needing constant step-by-step instructions from a human.
And this isn't just some research lab concept anymore, right? It's hitting mainstream tools now. Microsoft rolling out agent mode for Copilot in Word and Excel seems like a really big deal. It brings this agent idea right into everyday work.
Oh, absolutely. The integration is transformative.
Yeah.
Because it takes the AI out of just being a suggestion engine.
Like Clippy, but smarter.
Right. It moves beyond just giving you ideas or fixing your grammar or suggesting a formula. Agent mode means the AI can now fully draft documents on its own, structure complex reports, analyze the raw data in your spreadsheet, find the trends, and write the summary. It can even proactively rewrite existing text for different audiences or to match a specific tone or style guide, all by itself. It's moved from passive help to active automated work execution. That's the definition of an agent. Google put out findings showing that over half of businesses are already using AI agents in actual production. This isn't just testing anymore, it's part of their core operations.
Over half already. Wow.
And here's the kicker. Nearly 90% of those companies reported getting positive, measurable returns on their investment from using these agents.
90% seeing positive ROI almost immediately. That just validates the whole business case right there. This isn't some slow burn tech rollout. It's providing instant value, driving productivity, cutting costs.
Absolutely. It's immediate utility. And that translates directly into some really high-stakes, complex applications.
Yeah.
Take the GE healthcare example that was in the sources. They're now using specialized agentic AI to review